Okay, welcome back. So, as we showed on the last video, we got a pretty good game engine going on right now. But the only problem is, it's not really well polished. If we die, our person just disappeared. That's not cool. So we're gonna make a dying animation before we delete the object. So, I guess, go back to the animation editor. So we have a problem here. We actually do not have a they did not include a dying animation with this sprite pack, so we have to make our own. But no worry, we're gonna add animation. Well, actually, we need to pick one as our base. Like, which one do we want to use for reference? Why don't we use idle down? We duplicate that, and then we just call this dying. All right, that's good enough, right? So maybe like when the character dies, it will just drop to the ground. Alright, so let me get rid of this. Alright, it dropped to the ground, and then we'll split its body apart. It's like a part exploded. So we'll duplicate this frame. Then we can use the selection tool. How about we take the first chunk of his head, move it here, and then we'll take what's going on. Take this face, move it here, body here. We can split that apart because we can. Yeah, be creative, it's fun. Alright, so duplicate that. What? Let's try to duplicate. Okay, yeah. Alright. Yep, so we move this part further out. Maybe we'll move half of his face over here, a little over there. Can we duplicate that again? We'll just move this out here. By the way, feel free to experiment. This is actually kind of fun, creating your own pixel animation. So how does this look so far? Okay, and then we can just add one more for blank. And this is definitely not loopable. You don't keep dying. Okay. I think that's a pretty good dying animation right there. Save that. Oh boy, yikes. Okay, go back to the main picture where you save that. Alright, so how do we do this? Go to action. Let's say right here. So instead of destroying the player, right on the toggle, disable this. We want to add. We want to change the animation. Alright, set the animation to dying. Alright. Yeah, we don't need to destroy the player right now. Alright, so let's see what happened when we died. Huh. Nothing happened. I wonder why. When players over start the animation to dying. Well, am I spelling this correctly? Okay, I think I know why. We have a fighting condition again. Because like, okay, so when the player is dying, it died, right? But then we have the condition where like elsewhere, like here, this is the moving, right? But where's the idle one? Let's see. This one, right? No, not this one. This one. Yeah, so when we're not moving and we're not attacking, this block of code tell the player to change the animation to idle. But when we're dead, it's starting to play the dead animation. We're also not moving and we're not attacking. So it is trying to set an idle animation. It's overriding here. So what do? We make a global variable just like before. So why don't we call this dead? A boolean value. In the beginning, you're not dead. But then if you get hit, then we need to set the variable to true. That is true. Okay, so when the player touches the enemy, sword is destroyed, and then dead is true, and we change the player to the dying animation. Okay, so now we need to do this thing where we need to add a condition here. You only do the idle animation if the player is not dead. So we're gonna add an I condition here, and we're going to yeah, okay. Add an I condition here. You only set it if you're not dead. So we toggle that. Let's try this. Come on. Alright, you can see how... Okay, well you can see it's playing, but it definitely keep looping. So we need to fix that. And also you can't really see it because our player is... I mean, the enemy is kind of touching our player. This is not cool. So how do we do that? First, let's change the animation thing. I thought we set it as not looping. Oh, I know why. Because it keep touches it. So it keep resetting the dying animation because we keep touching. So what we want to do here is that we want to also add another condition here. You can only die once. So we'll set a variable here. Dead is not true. It will change the animation to dying only if dead is not true. But once this executed once, dead is true, and then it will not reset the animation. So let's try this again. Alright, see it did it once, and we're good. Another thing is that it's kind of annoying that the ghost is on top of our player, right? We can't see the animation. So how do we control the orders of which object appear first? So you can do that by going to a level. You see how there's a Z elevation? That's saying how tall, what's the order of the object. So for example, our player is 0. It's kind of like on the bottom. If we make this like 0.001, you see our enemy is at 0. So this will be higher. So in theory, our player should appear on top, like such. Alright, we're good. Okay, so now we did our enemy thing. Oh, hey, look at that. What's going on there? Well, here's the thing. I'm dead. Like, I mean, not I'm dead. Our player is dead, but it did not actually destroy the object. And I'm pretty sure if I move while the dying animation is playing, I will get respawn as well. So we need to actually disable movement. Or else the guy, like, we can just move and it'll go through this whole thing on the tile movement, like here, I believe. Yeah, that it will set the animation. Basically, it will be fighting again. Like the player is dead, but then you're telling it to move, so it changed the walking animation. So we need to disable movement. How do we do that? So back to here. If the player is dead, you want to go to player, and then we can go to the tile movement and then set enable. We'll disable this, so you just cannot move when you died. So now when I click the arrow key, it would not let me respawn. Okay, very good. You know what would be nice? If we can restart the game after a couple of seconds. So let's do that. Well, let's do that on the next video. This is getting long. See you there.